Okay, so we're going into Trader Joe's, and I'm not gonna lie, my pants are extremely tight. So people always have a field day in the comments about me wearing too tight of jeans, so they're gonna lose their minds today, because I definitely have to have these things refitted. I've been training legs really hard. We're going to go and shop at Trader Joe's, and we are gonna get things that I eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Really simple. Like, here's my go-to breakfast options, here's my go-to lunch options, here's what I have for dinner a lot of times, and then a couple of snacks I have every single day. And we're shopping at everybody's favorite grocery store in the world because it's dirt cheap and high quality, Trader Joe's. So people obsess over the eggs that they buy. I typically do buy pasture raised. I do care about the omega-3 content, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If price is an issue, don't waste your money here, because the omega-3s are coming from ALA and they're not very easily absorbed by human beings. Better off with omega-3s like DHA and EPA, which come from things like salmon, fish oil. So again, I'm getting pasture raised. It's not necessary to break the bank on eggs, but when I'm at home on the weekends, I like to have eggs and some protein pancakes for my first meal. Trader Joe's has these buttermilk protein pancake mix, 140 calories, 10 grams of protein. That doesn't quite pass the test, and it has 3 grams of fiber. But what I would do is I would add some egg whites to this to bring the protein count up, or you could even put some whey protein in here, and it's got decent fiber with 3 grams for 140 calories. So breakfast at home on the weekends, I would do something like these pasteurized eggs. Again, don't break the bank on them, and these protein pancakes, but I would just add either whey protein or egg whites to the mix. Probably egg whites, because if you add whey protein to the mix, it can get a little bit drier. You want to keep these things nice and moist. So that would be my go-to breakfast on the weekends when I'm not traveling. We talked about the weekends, what I do for the breakfast. Well, here's for the weekdays. Weekdays, I have a very hectic schedule. I start at 5 in the morning and I'm immediately on the go. So I need something that's convenient. I love Barebell protein bars. If I was buying breakfast on the go at Trader Joe's, I would go with these Barebell, particularly the creamy crisp and the chocolate dough. Phenomenal tasting. These are high protein, high fiber. It's a great way to start the day. It looks like Trader Joe's is having a good day because there's like no chicken here. I typically get chicken thighs because they just have a little bit better taste. My next meal of the day is usually a stir fry. So I would buy chicken thighs. I'm gonna have to make do with chicken breast because, like I said, Trader Joe's is having a good day. And then I want a vegetable. I usually try to pick a vegetable medley that either has broccoli or asparagus for my stir fry. And I cook this up in bulk, and I do it about every 3 days. And this covers my second meal a day, which is usually a chicken, sometimes a shrimp stir fry. High protein, high fiber, lots of vegetables, low calorie. It's my second meal a day. I don't know, especially during the weekdays when I'm having protein bars, I just want something with a lot of vegetables for my second meal of the day. I find it very satiating. We're at meal number 3, and this is always either gonna be a sandwich or a burger for me. In the course of my day, during the weekdays, at this point, I'm driving home. I've just walked through the door. I'm being greeted by my dog. I'm being greeted by my family. I have to take a couple more calls and my day's not over yet. And so I just like something that's very comforting and very convenient while still being real food. So shopping at Trader Joe's, I have a choice. Do I want a sandwich or do I want a burger? I like the burger options here better, especially because they have some really great fun options. They've got the multi-grain slims, 100 calories, 5 grams of fiber, 4 grams of protein. That's pretty good Dak Bros, especially for like one of those little slims. But they also have these whole wheat hamburger buns, 100 calories, 3 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein. So when we compare the two, this one, it has more fiber, this one has more protein. Usually I'd opt for the higher fiber option when we're considering carbohydrates, but the reality is these taste really good and they taste more like a burger. So we're gonna buy these bad boys. But the multi-slims or the whole wheat hamburger buns at Trader Joe's, they're money. For my burger, I'm either gonna get bison or lean ground turkey. I want something slightly lighter in fat with this meal. I'll probably have like salmon or steak for dinner. So this meal, I'm gonna cut down on the fat. They have a 99.1. If you're looking for very low calories, very high protein, this is a great option. Or the 93.7. They're comparable in price, so you can pick whichever you like. I'm gonna get the 93.7 because I'm not that concerned about it being hyper lean. I just want it somewhere around that 95.5 mark. And this will have a little bit more taste to it. So we're gonna use this for our burger today. With my burger, I'm gonna have some fries. I'm gonna throw them in the air fryer. They have these hand-cut potato fries. They're trash. Real reason why, it's not even the calories, the macros, it's the sodium. It's got 12% of your daily sodium in each serving. So when you compare that to the more delicious and less sodium laden chips, the waffle fries, this is a way better option. 140 calories, 2 grams of fiber, and it's only 6% of your daily fiber. But if you want to get sweet potatoes, you've got 3 grams of fiber here, 10 less calories, and even less sodium, about half as much, 3%. So I would get one of these two, just depending on what you're into. Sometimes I really prefer these. I think they taste phenomenal, but the sweet potatoes are a great option. Just throw them in the air fryer. I spray just a little bit of avocado oil with the spray on them, toss them in there, cook them up. It's a great addition to a burger, and these are both excellent choices, unless you're gonna do it yourself. If you're gonna take the time and cut the sweet potatoes, that's an even better option. But like I said, my third meal for me, it has to be convenient because I'm just getting home. I'm not finished with my day. My family's greeting me, my dog's greeting me. Everybody has needs and wants that I have to meet, so I'm kind of rushing through. So I love to have these pre-cut fries. Dinner at my house is always protein-centric, and then it has a carbohydrate depending on how much activity I had that day. So if I trained legs, I'd have rice. If I worked out twice, I'd have rice. Otherwise, I'd have potatoes. If I had an off day, I'll have just a ton of vegetables, but it's always protein-centric. Usually, like 3 nights a week, I'm having salmon. The other nights, I'm usually having a leaner cut of steak. When it comes to salmon, if it is farm raised, you want it to be from Norway. Usually you want wild caught, but here at Trader Joe's, they have Norwegian farm raised, and that's excellent because they have very high standards when it comes to fishery. They have sustainable practices for their farm raised fish. The reason that I love salmon, high quality protein, but also chock full of omega-3 fatty acids. So salmon, very common at my house to have for dinner. We're not gonna have it tonight because I love the steaks here at Trader Joe's, but this is an excellent option even though it's farm raised here at Trader Joe's for dinner. Trader Joe's has grass-fed steak, in particular the sirloin and the ribeye. Look, I talk about it all the time, I'm not obsessed with grass-fed beef. It's not necessary. It's a nice addition, but if you're price sensitive, just get grain-fed, it's perfectly fine. However, what I do appreciate, especially when it's grass-fed ribeye or grass-fed sirloin, is that they are leaner cuts of meat. It's not about the ALA, it's not about the CLA, it's about just overall the fat is lower. So this is 180 calories, 23 grams of protein. It's an actual ribeye that passes the test. So I love ribeye, but usually it's too fatty. So when I'm here at Trader Joe's, I am always buying ribeye. Another valid option would be sirloin, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna get 2 of these 10-ounce ribeyes, and we're gonna have those for dinner. I'll probably end up eating about 7 ounces and giving 3 ounces to my dog pudding. When it comes to a vegetable, I'm typically going green beans, asparagus, broccoli, or Brussels sprouts because they're all high in fiber. And it really just comes down to that night what I'm interested in. With ribeye, I'd love to have some green beans. But again, there's no real preference. All 4 of those vegetables, they're excellent options because they are all very high in fiber. They all have their unique micronutrients, which is excellent because low calorie, high micronutrient. But I'm really looking at it for the fiber, and I'm just interested in having the green beans tonight. A lot of times, most evenings in fact, we're having broccoli, and then asparagus is another major hit at our house. Okay, losing weight is all about energy balance. If you want to lose fat, you need to be in a caloric deficit. There aren't magic foods. But having said that, I, for myself, when I train legs, I have a little additional calories. I'm not telling you to do that, but when I train legs, it takes me about an hour and a half, and I have to break it up into 2 sessions. And most days, I'm not training twice a day. On leg days, I love to have rice. Trader Joe's has some of the most incredible microwavable rice. I mean, I literally think it's restaurant quality. So I have this jasmine white rice that I really appreciate, but there's no fiber in it. And then they have the rice medley. I don't get the brown rice because I think it's trash, but this rice medley has the same amount of fiber as the brown rice. It has 3 grams of fiber per serving, so I'm gonna have that with my steak this evening after training legs. So now we're having our before bedtime snack. This is my last meal of the day. A lot of times I'll have Halo or Yasso bars, but recently I haven't needed it. I just didn't need that additional sweetness. So I've been having a lot of Greek yogurt before bed, and I love to have that with berries, which are high in fiber. So if you need it, if you need something sweet that's gonna prevent you from binging at night, like Yasso or Halo Top, amazing. There's nothing wrong with those products. But if you can opt for whole food, obviously single ingredient foods, that's always a better option. And recently, I've just really been feeling Greek yogurt with berries. I buy the non-fat Greek yogurt, and we're gonna buy some frozen berries to go with it. Fancy berry medley. This is my go-to frozen fruit at Trader Joe's. We've got blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries, which are 2 of my 3 favorite fruits. Blueberries like maybe 4 or 5. I do love blueberries though, I really appreciate them. But I am huge into blackberries and raspberries. 80 calories, 6 grams of fiber. It's a fiber bomb. I absolutely suggest adding this to your Greek yogurt, or just put them in a bowl, put a little bit of like Fairlife milk over it. You can put some stevia on top, it crystallizes. It's absolutely delicious. It's a great way to prevent yourself from having anything sweet before you go to bed. But we're gonna use it with our non-fat Greek yogurt. I think this adds a lot of sweetness to my Greek yogurt. So we shopped for what I would eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks here at Trader Joe's today. That's basically it, guys. Like my morning, it just depends on if I'm on the go or not. If I'm on the go, it's protein bars. If I'm not, I'm gonna have some eggs with some of those protein pancakes. High protein, high fiber. Next meal is gonna be a stir fry, either shrimp or chicken. Lots of vegetables, tons of vegetables. Third meal, it's a sandwich. I like to have those fries. It's a nice comfort meal. It has to be convenient because I'm just walking through the door. Fourth meal is dinner time. We sit down at the table. I'm a very big believer of that. We sit down all together. We have family time. Salmon or steak are usually our proteins of choice. It's always protein centric, but there's a ton of vegetables. Like I usually have 3-4 cups of vegetables with dinner, and then some source of carbohydrate. And that's usually where I get my carbohydrates at night, because I kind of like to backload my day, because I just find that when people blow up their diet, it's in the evenings. So I want a lot of carbs so I feel nice and full in the evening. Or not a lot of carbs, but an adequate amount of carbohydrates before I go to bed. And then last meal of the day, Fancy Berry Medley, I love the name of that, and non-fat Greek yogurt. A lot of nights I have Yasso or I have Halo, but right now this has really been cutting it for me. I've really been enjoying it. And if I can have a single ingredient food, obviously I'm gonna opt for that over something that's processed. So right now, my bedtime snack, non-fat Greek yogurt with some raspberries and some blackberries. And that's it. We're gonna go cash out, walk out. I love Trader Joe's because the price is always right. I always leave here with a smile.